In a distant, radiant, and colorful kingdom lived two princesses. One was named 𝗙𝗓𝗓, and the other 𝗓𝗓𝗓. The sisters were raised in the same palace, played in the same gardens, and learned from the same teachers, yet nature had painted their hearts in different shades. 𝗙𝗓𝗓 was gentle, quiet, and deeply thoughtful. She would gaze at the night sky for hours, whispering secrets to the stars. 𝗓𝗓𝗓, on the other hand, was lively, brave, and full of laughter. She loved sword fighting, horse riding, and mingling with the people of the kingdom. Both were breathtakingly beautiful in their own ways, and their grace and character were admired far and wide. In a neighboring kingdom, ruled by justice and strength, lived Prince 𝗙𝗏𝗏, renowned for his intelligence, courage, and kind heart. He was not only skilled in battle, but also loved poetry, music, and serving his people. When Prince 𝗙𝗏𝗏 arrived on a diplomatic visit to their kingdom for the first time, the palace glowed with celebration. Lanterns shimmered, music filled the air, and both princesses were present to welcome him. The moment 𝗙𝗓𝗓 saw 𝗙𝗏𝗏, something stirred quietly within her, as if an old dream had suddenly come to life. She observed him in silence, sensing the wisdom in his words and the honesty reflected in his eyes. 𝗓𝗓𝗓, meanwhile, watched him demonstrate his sword skills and speak warmly with the people, and a flame of admiration slowly turned into love within her heart. In the same moment, both sisters fell for the same man, yet neither dared to reveal her feelings. As days passed, Prince 𝗙𝗏𝗏 began visiting the palace often, walking through the gardens, engaging in long conversations in the library, and discussing the future of the kingdoms. 𝗙𝗓𝗓 shared quiet, meaningful talks with him, listening to his poetry while hiding the verses she had written for him. 𝗓𝗓𝗓 rode horses with him, planned strategies, and spoke openly about leadership and destiny. 𝗙𝗏𝗏 cherished the company of both sisters, but felt torn, unsure of where his heart truly belonged. One evening, the palace garden was illuminated for the annual Festival of Lights. Thousands of lamps glowed, and the air was scented with flowers. 𝗙𝗓𝗓, dressed in white, shone like moonlight, while 𝗓𝗓𝗓, in blue, looked as vast and free as the sky. That night, a simple conversation changed everything. 𝗓𝗓𝗓, finding 𝗙𝗓𝗓 alone, smiled softly and confessed that she had begun to love 𝗙𝗏𝗏𝗓. 𝗙𝗓𝗓's face paled as she quietly admitted that her heart had chosen the same path. Silence settled between them. The sisters, who had always shared every secret, now stood face to face, bound by the same unspoken dream. Neither wanted to hurt the other, yet neither could deny her own heart. Days and nights passed in quiet turmoil. 𝗙𝗏𝗏𝗏 sensed the change in both them, yet he too struggled to make a decision. Soon, the kingdom faced a grave trial. A rebellion rose on the northern border. 𝗙𝗏𝗏𝗏 offered his help, and 𝗓𝗓𝗓 insisted on joining him on the battlefield. For the first time, 𝗙𝗓𝗓 gathered the courage to say that she too wished to serve the people. 𝗓𝗓𝗓 fought with bravery and wisdom, leading strategies that pushed the enemy back. 𝗙𝗓𝗓 remained in the palace, tending to the wounded, praying for peace, and giving strength through her gentle words. When the war ended, 𝗙𝗏𝗏 saw both sisters anew. There was resilience in 𝗓𝗓𝗓's eyes and maturity in 𝗙𝗓𝗓's voice. He realized then that love was not merely desire, but a test of sacrifice and truth. One evening, beneath a calm, moonlit sky, he called both sisters to the garden and spoke honestly. He said he valued them deeply, but the decision must be one that protected their hearts. 𝗓𝗓𝗓 took a deep breath and said she could step back for her sister's happiness, for to her, love was not possession, but respect. Tears filled 𝗙𝗓𝗓's eyes as she replied that she would feel incomplete without 𝗓𝗓𝗓's courage beside her, and if 𝗓𝗓𝗓's happiness lay with 𝗙𝗏𝗏𝗏, she would remain silent. The sisters embraced, and in that moment, 𝗙𝗏𝗏𝗏 understood his heart. He said he could not choose one at the cost of breaking the other. He confessed that his love belonged to the sister who strengthened others through her silence, and his deepest respect belonged to the sister who stood bravely before the world. He reached out his hand to 𝗙𝗓𝗓 and bowed his head to 𝗓𝗓, promising her honor for all time. 𝗓𝗓 wiped her tears with a smile. Pain lingered in her heart, but her sister's happiness mattered more. In time, she found her own path, served her kingdom, and one day discovered a love as strong as her spirit. 𝗙𝗓𝗓 and Arion were married with grace and simplicity, and 𝗓𝗓's prayers forever remained part of their bond. Years later, when the three sat together in the palace garden, laughing and sharing memories, that old conflict had become nothing more than a story. Two princesses and one prince who learned that love is not ownership, but sacrifice. And that was their greatest victory.